Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at our open chords. If you watch the first 6 videos in this playlist, you're going to know a lot of these already. If you haven't done that yet, I recommend that you do that. There's a link in the description below. So let's get right into this. In the first 3 videos, we looked at our 5-string bar chords. And I said that all of these chords are movable, meaning we can take them and play them in all 12 keys, and that's how we got 48 chords in under 5 minutes. And like I said, we can take those chords and play them in the open A position, where the nut now acts as our index finger barring the chord. So we already learned all of these. We should know all of our open A chords now because of that. Here is an example of an E minor chord and an A minor chord. In the second 3 videos, we looked at our 6-string bar chords. Once again, just like the 5-string bar chords, they can be shifted down to the open position, and we will get an E, our open E chords, as shown in these right here. An example will be played now. Looking at the musical alphabet, excluding the sharps and flats, we have A through G. We just learned our A and E open chords. Now let's take a look at B and F. In most open chord charts, they show the B chords as barred anyway. We already learned these in the first set of 3 videos where I covered all these E ones. We just shift those positions down to the 2nd fret, and we get all of our B chords. So that takes care of the B chords. On to the F chords. Most of the open F chords that I've seen are a little tricky to play, and I see a lot of you guys struggling to play these. What I do is I take our 6-string bar chords, these up here that we already learned, and I just shift it down to the 1st fret to get our F bar chords, basically. Now, a lot of the open chord charts that I've seen, they have something where, like these 3 chords right here, these 3 F chords. And an easier way to play these chords, because the way that they have these shown, it's very uncomfortable to play these. I usually just take these and will bar them across the whole 1st fret like this, and just not play these 2 notes, as shown in the example here. So that takes care of our B and F chords. Now let's look at D. Our open D chords are very easy to remember. All we have to do is just learn this one position and then just shift this blue note up 1 fret to get our different chords, as shown in the example here. If you guys are familiar with the cage system, you know that these are movable also. You can kind of treat these as a 4-string bar chord. More on the cage system later. All we have left now is the open C and G chords. And these are typically the first chords that you learn as a beginner, because they're very easy to play. So let's take a look. Here are your typical open C chords: C major 7, and your C add 9 chords. And here is an example of all 3 of these chords played on the guitar. Finally, we have our open G chords. We have G major, G7, and G minor. G minor is a little bit tricky to play, but it's not impossible. Here is an example of the open G chords on the guitar. I had you guys start off on bar chords for a couple different reasons. One is I think it builds up your hand strength a lot quicker because you're taking your whole finger and you're pressing it across the entire width of the fretboard. I know they're harder to do, but in the long run, I think it'll be better. The main reason, though, is because I found it a lot easier to see the patterns between a suspended chord, a minor chord, a major chord, and so on and so forth. When I first looked at an open chord chart, to me, it just looked like an absolute mess. I couldn't see the pattern between it. There is one, but it's very hard for a beginner to see all the different patterns. This will kind of give you an insight to some of the theory behind how the chords are constructed. In the next video in this playlist, we're going to be looking at more advanced chords. They're still very easy to play, the patterns are easy to remember, and they are all movable. I hope to see you guys in that one.